Boy B Hunt, aka the Silent Prophet, along with my co-host, Big Country.
What's good, people?
Also, we have a special guest,
Angel.
top notch. What did we say we was gonna shoot the breeze about? I was gonna ask you, how was your day? Oh, shout out my niece. It's her birthday. Well, it ain't her birthday today, but the party was today. So shout out my niece.
Urban Air. We got the Urban Air socks on right now.
Right now.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Hey, Urban Air is cool. It's just, man, I realize how old I done got.
Yeah.
Like, I can't be over here jumping and doing the stuff that I used to.
That'd be the real problem. Well, first of all, I want y'all to know I am I don't know what you call that sport. When you hit people with them little foam sticks and they fall in the pit.
You the champ.
I'm the champ right now.
Oh, jeez.
I'm the champ.
I know your feet was giving out.
Man, first of all, the whole thing is they don't have socks that fit my feet. They really don't.
He gonna blame the socks.
So just like the last time. He over here climbing up the thing, and
like
I could climb up too, but the thing is, my socks would just fly off because they too small. But so I'm over here struggling.
That situation, sure, bro. I agree.
Even this situation, I fall in the ball pit. My sock comes off in the little ball pit thing, and I can't find the sock no more.
Oh yeah, I got in that ball pit one time. Couldn't get up out of it. That ain't for me. Yeah, I'm old.
Mm-hmm.
I'm old for sure.
And then we were all trying to climb across that. You know, when you were young, you climb across the monkey bars, all that kind of stuff with ease. Now I'm like, man, hell no.
This ain't gonna work.
Man, we all tried. Everybody over here trying to get.
Now we gotta put icy hot on and take a sitz bath.
At what age did you get to that point where you like? It was like right once I hit 30, it was like I started realizing, yeah, this ain't you no more.
Insane.
Yeah.
Oh, you think you gonna sprint up and down the street like that?
I don't know. I just take it out there and jog. I can't run.
That's what I'm saying. You can jog.
He said sprint.
Yeah, like a sprint. Like, no. Man, hell, I was working over there with him and everything. It was a fight outside. I about to run to go help him out. Man, my leg popped and everything. I was like, bruh.
You should have seen him. He said, ooh.
I'm like, you know what? You know what? God telling me I shouldn't be doing this.
It's not my battle. This battle is not mine.
The battle is not yours. It's the Lord's.
It's the Lord's.
But
amen.
It is what it is.
You gotta know when to let it go.
And I guess 30 is when you let it go, huh?
Well,
like, you know what?
If it's a fight or something, let it go. If it's a fight that you ain't in, let me rephrase it. If it's a fight you ain't in, let it go.
Just call 911.
Let
the laws.
Their job is to stay in enough shape to stop a fight.
But I know that it's wrong for me to think about it like this, but I think God was telling me, man, you over here trying to be Captain Save-A-Ho. Go sit down somewhere.
Sit down.
Because literally I was fine, and then all of a sudden, it ain't never happened to me before. All of a sudden, my leg popped and everything. I was like, oh.
God was trying to save me from that pepper spray because he was this close from being pepper spray. He was trying to save him.
Bro, sometimes.
She don't want to be saved. Don't save her.
Look how he work. Won't he do it?
Mm-hmm.
Won't he do it?
Well, I guess by being old, he did it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He worked in ways that you understand.
Uh-huh.
If he would have just been like, oh, send a little kid in his way to stumble and trip him up or something, you would have pushed the kid to the side.
No, get out the way.
Yeah. Nah, he said, I need to stop.
Let me stop your body immediately.
I need to stop him.
Because right once I stepped up there, I was like, it's never happened. I heard pop, pop, pop. Oh. I was like, you know what? And I just kind of walked on over there. I was like, by the time I got over there, everything was done. And then I was like, maybe it was God telling me that, hey, bro, because if you would go over there and somebody hit you, then you retaliate, then you getting in trouble, you get fired, all that kind of stuff.
Too much.
Okay.
Just let it go.
Yeah. I hear you, Lord.
I understand. I call my lesson.
When dating, is it worse to be a good guy and an F-boy? Or like you know, because like if you were it's sneaky. It's
I don't think it's sneaky, but the whole I guess this was my fault because I know in college I was told this too. and all that kind of stuff in some parts of high school. Mm-hmm. My thing was this because I don't treat no one like trash. Like, I don't care if we just sleeping around or we in a relationship. I'm not going to treat you like trash. I don't want you to ever think, oh, I'm going to do you dirty. Because a lot of women will think that. And I'm like, no, that's never been me. But then I've realized that a lot of women got their hopes up because I was a good guy, that they were like, well, how come you didn't give me the relationship? And I was like, but you knew what this was.
I'm being too nice.
So is it better to just treat you like trash then?
It's like if you ever went to a movie expecting it to be like, you know, a comedy and it turned out to be like a horror movie, you wasn't ready for that. It's like, I wanted something good, something nice.
But it wasn't it.
It wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I was a kid, I was traumatized by Jurassic Park. I went to Jurassic Park. I'm like, oh, they gonna have dinosaurs. Okay. Then the monster jump out and eat the man on the toilet. I was like, man, I can't even get peace on the receptacle. I can't even get peace there. I wasn't expecting that. And that's what happened. She came into you. She like, oh, and he nice, girl. What? And then next thing when they rolling credits, she come like, damn, that was a really tragic end. How that came about? I thought I was with him. I thought it was working out.
He fooled me.
Yeah, I thought I was doing good.
But if I never lied to you, like that's where my thing is you can't have it both ways and think it's gonna end out best for you because
because we live in a fairy tale land. I think it's too much. I don't know how it was back then, but I can speak now. It's too much reality TV. So women and men have this idea, oh, he's sweet, oh, he buying me things, but y'all could just be raised right? Sure. But you telling her up front, oh, I don't want a relationship. I like what we got going on. I like just sleeping around. I like taking you out every now and then. You ain't gonna meet my mama and them, but this what I like. Yeah. And she telling her homegirls, oh, he take me out, girl, he did me down real good. But that man never said, I want you, but you telling your friend something else. So then when that ending in them credits, your friend like, well, girl, I see him with Keisha. What he doing with Keisha? Oh, you didn't tell him exactly what he wanted because you pretended in your mind what you wanted. So I honestly, me personally, just be upfront with me. I'm not going to make up nothing in my head, but at the same time, the roles are reversed nowadays. Yeah. Men are sensitive. Y'all sensitive nowadays.
The younger men are sensitive.
Younger men are sensitive. Younger men. Oh, man. I feel like women, because they've been did bad and lied to by the good guy, F-boy stipulations or whatever, it's like they got to beat you to the punch. And I realizing they calling y'all narcissists, but they narcissists themselves. Like, girl, you crazy. You trying to beat this man to the punch of hurting somebody's feelings. You're weird.
Well, I take it as, just like you said, everything you said right then, I truly agree with. Yeah. My thing about it is, I don't feel like the good guy anyway, I don't feel like he necessarily lied to him. Like in your situation, you said, I told her this what it was, but, you know, she might not see your mama, but you did go to her family reunion.
I ain't going to your family reunion.
Well, but I got So, you better preach, because that's what it is.
So the thing about it is,
her feelings was wrapped up more, invested more than your feelings.
She told herself the lie, and you just was like, but you represented the truth, and the lie felt good. So she just kept running with the lie until you brought her back like, no, I already told you how this ends. You wanted something that you wasn't going to get.
And I'm just, because I like you, but I don't like you like that. So I'm going to just roll with it. I'm going to go meet your mama. Okay.
Yeah, because
it don't mean nothing to me.
I guess my whole thing is like, I don't do people wrong. Now, if you disrespect me, that's a different story. Yeah. But if we messing around, we cool, all that stuff. Like, for example, I got a witness right here. I didn't let women sleep in my bed. Yeah. It was a rule. It was like, because
they sleep on the floor?
Did they sleep on the floor?
Shut up. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
my.
What they
Ooh,
say?
No,
bless y'all
okay.
heart.
At
Y'all
one-
mess with big country.
Now, okay. Here was the thing when I was when I first started in college, I was dating this one girl, and she broke my heart into a million pieces.
Ooh.
So her breaking that heart, and I still stand behind the statement. When you break a dude's heart and stuff like that, you just gave birth to the newest and best player out there, because he's going to make sure it doesn't happen again like that. So my thing was, but I've never lost the manners my mama and daddy taught me. I'm not going, like, I cook for women because I like to cook.
Yeah.
I cook
And
for
I
him.
gotta
I
eat
cook.
too.
Yeah, I'm like,
Okay.
people like to cook. People
But
like.
see, that's the truth. The lie was he cooked for me.
Oh, I ain't cook for you.
No.
No, we said
Oh,
like
okay.
the,
That's
what
how
the
she-
woman,
Oh,
how
okay.
she, because she in the la la land
in
in
her
her
la-la.
head, right? So she
And
like
that was
yeah.
my thing, was I cook, but I did all this stuff because I like doing it. It's not, oh, it's for you. I'm only doing this for you. I'm like, no, hell, everybody get a plate. Most of the time, if you come over my house, most people will go in my fridge, get stuff out. I bring food, I cook food, because I'm like, that's me as a person.
Right.
But then come to find out, women were like, oh, well, you just get, it's not fair. And I'm like, but I told you exactly what it was. But you didn't, like, one woman, I was 22, wasn't thinking about no kids or nothing like that. Not knocking anyone with kids, but I was like, at that point in time, I'm like, I'm just
22.
living life.
Yeah, I'm young and free.
So I'm like, okay, cool. She had 2 kids. I'm like,
okay,
okay.
22.
Yeah, she was like 22.
Snapper was snapping, but go ahead.
And I was like, okay. So
Keep up.
so we messing around and everything. We worked together. I was like, okay. And that's why when I stopped messing with women I work with, because I'm like, all of a sudden she got the idea that we were going to be together. We were going to be a family and all that. I'm like,
Where did that
since
come in?
when did I ever in my life? Oh, well,
I
you
bought your
just,
kids some McDonald's, but I don't want to be their daddy.
yes.
Yeah.
It's like, I ain't gonna let nobody go without eating.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my
nobody
God.
around me can ever say that I've ever let them go without eating. No one.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I always try to make sure if
Yeah,
we
you
cool,
feed
if
me.
we friends, like, okay, go ahead. Like, when we at work and everything, people came in my stuff, it was like, oh, go ahead. I don't care. Go and get you something. I'm not tripping. But my thing is, how is that wrong of me? Because if all these women got this misconception that this good guy is playing wrong because he's getting what he wants, well, you knew where I wanted. I told you where I wanted.
But I don't even think it's a good guy versus F boy, because for some women that turn them on if you're a F boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some women like the thrill. I don't want to chase you and put sugar in your gas tank. That's a lot of energy for me. That's craziness.
Oh,
I-
you saw the woman that put the gasoline in the dude's car and threw the match in there and it blew up in her face?
No.
Wow. Like, it was funny. Like, nah, if you it's on a lot of things. It's on TikTok, it's on Instagram.
Yeah.
But this woman, I guess the dude, she was mad at the dude and everything. She put a whole can of gasoline in his car, not knowing how flammable and how quick gasoline goes. So she gets close to the car and throws the match in.
Okay.
The flames come up and
Wait,
burns off
now,
her
wait,
whole
now,
eyelashes, eyebrows, and
I
everything.
was with it until you said, not knowing how flammable gasoline is. You just drove up here in your car. Gasoline. It's a combustion engine. It's an explosion.
Bless her heart.
I laughed because I was like, it was funny. And then they started putting songs to it and everything. I was like, it was funny. She didn't get hurt.
But
But
the real
I'm like,
question is, what make men and women go that crazy? Like, like sex is good, right?
yeah,
People are good to you.
okay.
But what make you do some shit like that? I'm not doing none of that.
That brings perfect segue, girl.
I ain't
Could how we were raised
Mm.
be why we are single? Not we, because we obviously got people. But, for those people who burning up cars and not understanding that gas is explosive,
Yeah.
Neither here nor there.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it's a thing, I guess. Could it be?
Well, I mean, I would think that would be the main thing because, and like I say, I sound like the sexist dude, which I don't try to sound like because I'm not. I'm egalitarian. I believe in equality all around. I believe you should be held just as accountable as me, just like you should get the exact same things I get. That's how I feel. Now, everybody else, okay, it's on you. But I'm like, my thing is, yes, the way you raised a lot of times will be the way you act. Like,
subconsciously or consciously.
Like, we're creatures of habit. You see your mama wilding out on dudes, cussing dudes out and everything. Like that whole, what was it? Like you see certain things in life. Like, I remember growing up, you see a lot of girls be over there talking like you chewing gum all the time. I'm like,
yeah, her granny talk like this.
oh my God.
I don't know. I'm certain there's a statistic that states, you know, because when women are in an abusive relationship, like you got an abusive husband, then your daughter go off and marry
like
somebody.
Like Michelet.
But
I just beg to differ.
I agree.
Just because everything is a choice. You know how we taught the kids, right? And I used to tell them all the time, it's choices, choices, choices. Every second of the day, you have a choice. So you seen how things were as you were growing up, right?
Right.
That's your choice. So consciously, you making that choice. Subconsciously, that's why you have to get right with whatever God that you serve, so that you can work on that subconsciously, so that you don't be that way and you can make the right choices. My daddy was on drugs all my life, right?
Understood.
My dad abused women all my life, up until just the last 10 years, and he's 70 something, right?
Yeah. It's dedication.
We was in and out. Me and my sister was in and out of different places. Like, my mother died giving birth to me, but me raising my 3 kids, I go so hard for my children because I did not want to be like my father. Right. I don't partake in. I drink sociably, but I don't go buy liquor in my house because it's in my DNA, right?
Yeah.
I don't partake in drugs because that's in my DNA.
Right.
So I made the choice. Hey, I know this is how I am on this side. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be like that. I think it's a choice. So, yeah, you might have seen your mama throw a match on your daddy and put some bleach in his cereal or something, but
it wasn't right then. It ain't right now.
Like for example, we all heard about it. We've all heard about the Al Green grits thing.
Oh yeah.
Like, get them grits, throw it on Al Green and all that stuff. Them hot grits.
It's
been talked about in our culture
Madea.
Since it's ever happened. And then I'm like, and there's still people that think about that. Or, like, it's so many things. Like, I would say it like this. I do agree with what you're saying because I was one of those people. Like, for example, I'm just saying that just for me, I never, the 3 things on this earth I ever feared is God, having a child out of wedlock, and catching a disease I could not cure. I've been saying that since I was little. Those are the 3 things I fear. I don't fear men. I don't fear all that stuff. Now, as I became a father, a husband, there's other things that I'm like, yes, I could say that. But when I was single and things, that was my mindset.
Yeah.
Now, saying it like this, I grew up in Pleasant Grove, and I lived in Mesquite, then moved to North Dallas, then moved back to Pleasant Grove, then stayed in Oak Cliff. I stayed in a lot of bad neighborhoods. I knew friends that gotten shot, all that kind of stuff. But my whole idea was, I'm trying to get up out of here.
Yeah.
Like, but there was a lot of people I know that basically they were like, this is the life. This is what we grew up in. This is what we are.
So you changed that narrative.
Yes. And that's why I say, for me, that's what I tried to do was change the narrative. I want to be an inspiration. I want to look out for people. I want to help people. I don't want to be that statistic out here with a lot of kids not taking care of their kids, not having a job, not doing the thing. And I've done that. I've step all these ways to stay away from those bad negative influences. Like my dad, he drinks a lot. I don't drink a lot no more. When I was in college, I did. But then when I had my first child, it's hard for you to even get me to drink because I'm like, I never want my children to see me not being daddy.
Yeah.
Right.
Ever.
I think children do change most people for the better. That's why sometimes I be like, oh, baby, you need to go have a baby. Just because it'll settle you down. Because I remember when I had my first child at 25. I remember my early 20s. I'm like, I want to go here. I want to go there. I want to do this. I want to do that. I was all over the place. At once upon a time, I thought I was gay. What? Like, ain't nothing wrong with being gay. But at the same time, my mind was everywhere. But the moment that you have a child,
they stable you.
It stables you. Your life changed. I've been having money in my pocket. Life's been good, right? Children actually make you better. So it's the choices that you want to make and the difference that you want to see within your life. Because when we children, we didn't have that choice, right? We kids. If our mama said do this, or we stand here, or if our daddy said we doing this or stand there, that's just what that is. But I think that's why I like our generation, because we seen our parents, most of our parents, in the 70s and the 80s grew up or whatever. 70s and the 80s for black people in general was bad, but when they incorporated those heavy drugs and took the men out the household, it made our families just tear apart, and it just changed the whole dynamic of the black people, right? So therefore, I was like, no, I would never do that. That's why me and my kids' dad, we're not together, but at the same time, I do not like him. But I'm going to make sure that he's in my kids' life. I'm not going to make it hard on you because I want something different than what my kids, than what I had, you know? So
And I 100% agree.
I see it like we came up at a time where, like you said, the father was out of the house. My father was not, though. Shout out Greg Hunter. Shout out Miss Hicks. But reality is, father was out of the home. And the reason to bring it back towards the relationship, you had women who, for a young man, you would sit back and you'll be like, in reality, the expectations that you putting on a woman, if you basing them off what your mama did, when she went to work, she came home, she cleaned up, she got you ready, she got you out, she doing all this stuff. So when you go see a female and you trying to talk to her first day, you like, my expectations of you are so high.
Yeah, because my mama did.
She did everything.
Yeah.
So I don't.
But that's the thing, we ain't your mama. I'm not your mama. I
feel like that's the lesson that that our generation ultimately had to learn. Like, she not. It's
and
certain,
y'all not our daddy, because a lot of women have daddy issues, and they looking for men to low key. It's like they want to be submissive without their ring because they want a daddy, and that's not how life works. That's not how a relationship works.
It don't work.
It's not gonna work like that.
Or you get that girl who won't let you go nowhere.
Because she got abandonment issues.
Abandonment. I can't leave. I can't get nothing. I can't.
Now she got anxiety because she don't want
daddy,
you to go to work.
He went to get milk one day.
Never came back.
It never came back.
And I miss him. And I'm gonna miss you.
I ain't ate cereal since I was 5.
So Zaddy, stay home, Zaddy.
Take it.
So, okay, let me ask this one little quick question. Could it be possibly, and I'm like, yes, you could say this for men and for women, but I'm just curious because I see this a lot. A lot of younger women, when they're young, you get that trash dude that you knew all he wanted was sex. Right. Bottom line, you got him. He broke you down. He broke your heart. Now you get older, but you never dealt with your part in getting that trash dude. So now all the people after that, you always think you
got trust issues.
Yes, like. Oh, well,
and
because
now you hard on the good guy.
Yes. Yeah. Like, for example, if you say, oh, all guys want sex. Everybody in this world wants sex for the most part. Let's be honest. Yeah. Everybody. Yeah. If you ain't having no sex, more than likely you ain't married. Or your partner cheating. Pick one. Or y'all old. It's one or the other. You're not going to. You're not
I
going
know.
to give no magical. Oh well, we just love each other so much we don't have to touch each other.
Yeah.
Like no. But
Ambidextrous, but yeah, that's crazy.
the only reason I'm saying that is because I look at it a lot of times and it's like, well, the first couple of dudes you picked were really trash. And I say this with dudes too. You got that one chick that was really trash. Now all of a sudden you don't want to trust nobody else, and the good woman comes along and you're like,
messing her up 'cause
you know what? I'm gonna mess her up before she mess me up.
Yeah, and I get that because it's a few people we done went to school with, and every time I log on to that Facebook, I be like, why is you talking about men? Who is the common denominator?
Yeah.
You, sweetie.
Yeah.
So now you mad because you got 3 baby daddies, 3 kids. None of them ain't about nothing. And you talking about, oh, I need love. No, you need to work on your conscience.
Calm down.
Calm down. Work on being a good mother. And God will send somebody to you.
Yes, and I agree with that wholeheartedly.
I wanted to. Well,
I don't think people pray enough on specifically what they want in a relationship.
yeah,
I think they just, he look good.
And
The
just-
flesh is calling. Let me.
just dive right in.
Calling my body.
The chocolate soul.
It's calling my soul.
I just feel so. I have a different take on why women choose the trash guy first. If you were going for an interview at your local Burger King, right?
Okay.
Would you put on your best dressed clothes and all that, whatever, it's 'cause
Well, Mr. Hicks know me, so I'm gonna look good regardless. But okay.
but you were a teenager at the time. 'Cause we talking about your first
Well, I worked at Records Barbecue. I've been having money. I come from money, but
top notch. Respect.
no, but no, I put on something simple because it's Burger King. I mean,
Burger King,
it's
right.
just Burger King.
So most people put in their first application to their local fast food place
They're not
because
even calm.
it's easy.
Yeah,
It's easy to go. The trash dude ain't expecting nothing. He just here. I'm just here.
No, the burger is gonna be good.
I've already met the qualifications to be in his life or her life. Boom, that happened. You go. It's literally speed dating on a relationship. I went from the talking phase. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? The dating phase. You hungry? Let's get something to eat. All right. You probably met him at the restaurant.
Yeah.
Boom. Went through the whole, recording you while I drove you home. Boom. Done deal. Now, bust them down, get them gone.
Yeah.
That's it.
Get them gone.
I'm just saying. We went through the whole relationship. Now,
What is next?
now you going for that job that this is a CEO position because that's what marriage is. You going to president. We co-captaining
here.
this ship.
Yeah, vice.
So now you go into that relationship. And you know what you took to McDonald's to try to get that to work ain't gonna work with this.
Yeah.
You're just not gonna. Oh, and if it do, that's a problem, really.
Yeah.
It's a problem. But
No growth. Yeah.
no growth. It's like, how
What
do we
you
get?
doing? Yeah.
You feel if you do, you feel underqualified.
Yeah.
So now you always in fear of losing your job because I got McDonald's qualifications.
And here go the vice president
And
or the president.
They asking me what to do. You know what I'm saying? They really invested in me. I gotta give you something.
Yeah. They be confused.
That's why the good guy finishes last, because the expectation that comes with getting with a good guy is like, damn, that's heavy. Like,
But then,
And it really shouldn't be that heavy
shouldn't be that
because
heavy.
you should have more expectation on self.
yes,
you
but
should go to every
and-
interview. You should dress right.
Dress
don't
right.
matter.
and
Dress
And
right.
if it ain't the job you want, don't fill it out.
that's true.
Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say it like this because I said this on some of our way earlier episodes because one of the people we had on was going back and forth with me about it. But my thing is, and the reason a lot of nice guys would have an issue with finishing last, not because they were last, but because they don't get the same perks as the bad guy.
Yeah, the bad guy get the nookie
The-
first.
Like,
Versus the good guy.
the bad guy gets all the good stuff.
You can
And-
base that on experience. Like, bro.
No.
No,
Okay,
this-
look at it like,
this-
but
let
look
me
at it like
explain.
this though. Hang on, let me finish.
Okay.
Look at it like this though. If You sit here and tell me that I got the benefit of being with you for life, but you have threesome with him. You did all the freaky stuff, all the things you want. You even bought him all kinds of stuff, but then you say, "Oh, I lived and learned. I don't do that no more."
Then bought this
But
man a Mercedes, and
you done did all the nice stuff for him. But then the man that you said, I want to be with for the rest of my life, he don't get none of that.
But that's so. I had an issue with that, and I still have a real issue with that. But when I thought about it in this way, when you at McDonald's, everything is fun, bro. With first job, everything is fun. Only thing not fun about your first job is the job. Yeah. You gonna have that one dude, hey, bro, look. I ain't even put no ketchup on this burger, dog.
Yeah, you gonna laugh.
And you gonna laugh. What? And you gonna be like, that's fun. But, or
it don't matter if you sweeping. That's fun. It don't matter if you're on a drive-through.
Because it's nothing here. There's no substance. And then when you go to that, like I said, that corporate job, who I expect every person who reaches that level of marriage to, this is what we are.
Okay.
There's rules and there's rules to this. There's rules.
But you know, rules and expectations are two different things.
True.
And so that's what people fail to realize. You can have some rules on your life, rules on what you feel like it should happen. But I think the miscommunication come in with the good boy, F-boy, is the expectations. People don't have no expectations.
Right.
But I'm going to give y'all a curveball. Being a teenager.
Right.
And being in a serious relationship as a teenager, right? And then bam, no longer together. And now you in a dating world and you're just like, what? This is garbage. This is hot garbage. So I spent all my good years. So is it good to originally go through your whole phase and then get something, the executive? Go to McDonald's, go to Subway, go to Taco Bell, go to all them, right? In the beginning, them your host faces, right? And then you meet the CEO.
Right.
Or should you just automatically like, oh, okay, well, I know I want to be in a marriage. I know I want this kind of lifestyle, but then it don't work out. So now you sitting there like, dang, I don't know what dating is about. And dang, I wish I would have went through my whole phase, but now I got 50 kids, right? So it's not kind of expected of you to be that way.
How I would approach that one is, okay, so if you gonna go through, I don't want to call it a whole phase, because the phase that I'm finna produce for you don't include the aspect of it that would get you labeled as a hoe. You know
Okay.
You can go out and you can be a good employee at any job. You can be the best janitor. You can be the best professor, cook, whatever you want to be. You can be the best. But what I'm saying is, when it comes down to that final piece, if you know you're not finna be there, don't sign up for that position. I'm not gonna be the one who gonna be sitting here making babies with you, dog. I'm being honest with you. We cool, you know what I'm saying? But we shouldn't get to that last part. There should be something between us
before
that either stops me from getting there, because I know I don't want to go there, or whatever. We need. I call them contraceptive.
We so old.
We put it right there in between us to stop this, because we both know this is a moment.
Yeah.
And sometimes as teenagers, because you ain't really got the work experience, you go around and you know how to.
So would you tell your kids, go to job from job, or would you say do whatever your heart leads you to?
As a father, I have to tell you there's a better way, because I found a better way.
Yeah.
I know the way that gets you the least complications. The way I'm going to tell you may not be what you want to hear. And all honesty, I know it's not. Hey, there's a guy out there right now, because all I got is a daughter.
Yeah.
There's a guy out there for you. There's somebody who's looking at you like you are the queen, best thing. Yes. This is what I want to do forever. And it's going to be hard to find him. Or it might not be, but most times it's hard to find him, because there's going to be a whole bunch of people putting in their applications. You need to look through their qualifications. Look, And dude been with like 30 chicks in the last 6 months. Maybe this ain't the one.
And see, that's why, yeah, I think it is better that you go from job to job or you look at their applications, because when you start a job, what are you on?
Well,
a probation period.
Mm-hmm.
So you get it, just because you in probation don't mean that you go to the nookie cookie, right?
yeah.
You just going through the probation period. We going on dates. We shopping around. I'm feeling you out. We talking, we texting, we whatever. So that's what I tell my kids too. I would never. If I could do this all over again, from 18 until I was 29. 30. I would do that all over again. I need to be looking at applications.
Well, I mean, but that's one of the things that a lot of us don't actually look at. What besides sex do we really have in common and bring to this?
That's the problem there. That's the reason, as in your youth, bruh. Most of us, if we got a job working at the 725 level, I don't have nothing to bring to the table.
Now,
the only thing I'm
okay,
sex,
because
that's what I got.
Like this is the best I can give you right now.
Okay, I'm gonna say it a different way because I gotta be a little more blunt and direct with it. And I could say it from me being stupid at 11. I lost my virginity at 11 years old.
Ooh, hot boy.
Then the fact of the matter, as I got older, I was basically like trying to see what was out there, seeing what was up. So my mind was okay doing this. But then even before I came to West Mesquite, I was at Lake Highlands. I was messing around and got kicked off the football team because I was too busy. Oh, I'll skip practice. Oh, I'll do this, do that. So, yes, before 18, I don't think nobody should be getting in. And if I could go back in time, I would do that because that made me focus on more things other than what I needed to focus on before I got out here. Then, from the age of 18 to, I would say, 28, 29, I think at that point in time, yes, you should date.
Yeah.
Now, if you over here dating to give away something, like, I guess one of the things I look at is if you dating to have sex and everything like that, it's going to cause an issue if you're not keeping that exact same thing up with everybody.
But this is what I'm saying. As a young man, being that you lost virginity at 11 is what it is.
Yeah.
When you are dating and you've had that level of experience, when you dating, what are you looking for? Like, it is what it. Hey, she put out, she don't put out. She put out, she don't put out. And that's the dividing line. Because now you got a training session that you wasn't really supposed to have, but you know that's what I could have that too. It just complicates it.
Now, yes, saying that, it really complicated things. Then as I got older, but now that I'm 35 years old now, with a lot of wisdom behind me because of all those things. So I could tell my children, they ain't gonna work for you, even though you want it to work. Yes, it may feel good in the moment, because you know how many dudes love raw dogging. But the fact of the matter, that complication coming behind it keeps a lot of dudes from like, you know what? I'm good.
It's crazy how you have to get to the future to actually be able to tell somebody else. Like, I had to get to 30 to tell the 16-year-old Brian that, dog, don't do that. I had to.
Yeah, that was
silly.
Truth
be told, because when we were that age, there was nobody truly just giving us a 100. Well, I would say for me, like 100% of the game. They were just saying and giving me that whole "don't do it" because you don't know what you're supposed to be doing, or it's okay. Like, bro, keep it 1,000.
Because I grew up with my pop.
But see,
he was young when
I grew up with my dad too, but my dad never, like, even to this day, we were trying to get my dad, like, Father's Day, that Friday, Friday before Father's Day, I was over here, me and my little brother talking to my dad. We talking to other men. We talked to my grandpa. My grandpa giving us all types of game. I'm like, it was funny. And we were like, oh, this is how it was back in the day. Then on one of my dad's friends, he was giving us, talking about things in his life. But my dad would never 100% just come out and say, yeah, I was a hoe. I did some hoe stuff. I did this. Bro, this is what you shouldn't do. This is what you should do. Things like that.
And I think on my end, being raised by my dad, he gave me and my sister the real. But it was more sexist. It was like, oh, well, men can do this, but see, you a girl. You can't do that or you going to be labeled as a hoe. Well, no, you a hoe too. Like,
look, we throwing it around. We throwing it around. Look, now. You can't be. No. It's not possible.
No.
Unless you reach status. A man cannot be a hoe unless he reaches a certain status.
No,
because men are not just being
chased. You can tell me that I can't do something because it doesn't look ladylike or it's not right because I'm a lady versus you're a man. It doesn't look right morally regardless. But so when my daddy used to try to teach us these lessons, I used to be like, son, how can you tip? I'll never forget this time. My dad ain't following y'all, but I'm in high school, right? We staying in Oak Cliff in the bottom. This by Roosevelt, right? Mm-hmm. He had one girlfriend in the house. The other girlfriend kept calling the house phone. This back in the day before cell phone. We had a house phone, right? Mm-hmm. She kept calling. Me and my sisters, we eating popcorn, watching movies. He already told us, don't answer no phone. I bet, right? Next thing I know, now mind you, the house that we lived in, it was so funny because at Oak Cliff, you couldn't picture this house on Avenue I or Avenue K, right? But my house, it had a long trail. Then our house set off to the left, and then it had a whole bunch of land in the back because we had horses and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And so I hear a boom. My daddy locked the gate. Anytime he had a woman over, he'll lock the gate. The boom, I was like, the boom? This lady done rammed her car into the gate. She knocking on my daddy's window, talking about, you in there, open up. Now we got our popcorn outside, like on the, like kind of like the kitchen door, because my daddy didn't went outside, then this lady didn't went outside. I'm like, now what the heck? Now, if it was my mama in that same situation with a man, my mama would be labeled as a what? But because it was my daddy, that stuff is wrong too.
I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that it's not wrong.
Not saying it's not. Hang on, I got a perfect analogy.
No,
I'm not
giving an analogy. I just want to tell it to a plane.
Well, the only reason I'm saying this is because I think what he's looking at is the actual opportunity versus the work. And I don't care what any woman here says. You did not work for any dick you got. You got dick because you wanted dick. That's period. You go out, I look nice to that. Dudes, actually, any piece that I've ever had, I got because I worked for it. Like, oh, I had the talker, I had the sweet talker, I had to tell her or whatever. I had to
spend some money.
Like, nah, I ain't believe in spending money. I really don't believe in spending money.
I don't care.
Oh, no. First of all, I'm gonna tell people straight up like this. I didn't spend. I had people spend money on me.
Oh, big country.
He did different. I ain't gonna now look.
You just said
and ask me if I'm lying.
Had the women sleeping on the floor.
He did, and it was a different life.
It was one woman.
I would never had talked to you.
It was one woman, and it was not. It was not my fault.
You would have slept on the floor. I would have slept in your bed.
This was my rule, and I told everybody before they even.
I don't know.
This was my rule,
and
I told women before they even came over. If you come over, that's fine. But my rule is I don't share my bed at night, so you can leave or however you want to.
Look at your wife like, how did she do it?
Yeah, you mean first of all, person messaged my wife when me and her got engaged. And then, Facebook had this one thing where they would do those anonymous posts and stuff where it was like somebody anonymous would send a message and all that kind of stuff. And they would ask any random message.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, well, how did this happen? Like, how did she? I'm like, bro, because she was the right one. But I told people I don't share my bed because, like I said, somebody messed me up, and I was like, nah, sharing bed, cuddling at night, that's too intimate for me.
Oh, you
Me
want your
knocking you off
feelings.
is not intimate at all. Like, I didn't used to kiss. I would not kiss. I'll kiss you on your neck. I'll kiss your thighs or whatever. But I'm not kissing your lips because of the fact of the matter that's too intimate for me. I'm like, nah, I'll kiss you on the forehead.
What about, now pause, I know this kind of off, but what about having oral sex versus sex? Like, some women might not have sex because they feel like that's too intimate, too connecting, and just will give you head. Is that like the same thing?
I ain't gonna deny.
I don't care.
Whatever
I'm
you
like,
want to
okay.
do, if that's you.
But
all right.
I mean, you
But-
was mean, and I don't know.
I wouldn't.
How you
I was
got the
never
wife
mean.
and
I didn't lie to
kudos
you.
her.
The thing was, I told her. She decided she wanted to come over at like 1 a.m. I was like, okay, but you know the rules. You gotta go home. She's like, okay. So after we get through doing everything that we do,
Chauffeur.
Look, but
after we do everything that we do,
This
I'm
how
like,
I
well,
rationalize
you
that.
take care. And she was like, oh, well, and she kept trying to find excuses.
So you
What-
was really the F boy.
No, I didn't lie to you.
What did that sound like?
see, this
He
is,
was
we
the
had
F
this
boy.
conversation so many
And
No,
you trying to
it-
make
no,
it seem
it's
like,
not.
Like at the beginning of this topic, you said I was the good boy. No, you were not.
Because
I'm
I didn't
sitting
want you.
here
If I
listening.
told you,
And you sound like the high yellow F boy that
Wow.
was feeling himself.
wow,
I don't
no,
like
that was
that.
never that.
I don't like
That
that.
was never
So
that.
I love your wife for
I
for
told
putting
her.
you back down to
I
reality.
told- Fully into this world.
No,
Yeah.
if I tell you, no, you can't stay the night, and you decide upon yourself you're gonna stay the night, I'm like, well, if you gotta stay the night, you can either catch the couch or the floor.
She chose the flow.
Because she wanted to be by you.
This is
That's
what I'm
not
saying.
my
Look,
fault.
Look, this what I no. This what
That's not my fault.
Oh, Lord,
This what I
little
told-
dimples.
Because you see, and I don't want to bring, because it sounds like I'm coming at you, but I'm not.
Everybody keep
Come
doing
on.
it.
Come on, friend.
So I was like, most men that I knew was dogs, but Jeremy was a wolf, because he was selling these wolf tickets.
Ticket selling wolves.
I was not.
Because
I see it.
he'll tell him, I'm gonna be with somebody.
But
I want to find the one, but he never told them that I already know
it ain't
you
you.
ain't you.
I told you,
You
what
ain't
it was.
nothing. You ain't.
I told
And
you
so
exactly
did.
what it was.
And so these
Well,
girls,
was,
they go.
he was so it wasn't just them in La La Land. You had they hopes up just a little
How?
bit.
It's like it's,
Cause you give a woman just a little bit,
it's all they
just
need.
a little bit.
It's a
Everybody not like me.
Like, if you ask
one
me,
day,
are you sleeping with someone else? Yes. Are you asking me, am I the
But-
only one? Yes.
but this
I mean,
is-
you're not the only one.
now I
but-
see why the lady put the match in the car
But that's what I'm saying.
because of him.
He was giving women gambling addictions.
Yeah,
Cause they was like,
That's
I
like
could
crack.
be the one to change him. I can do it.
That's like crack.
And I can't.
And I can't find that niche again. When
can't.
you smoking that dope, they say you trying to get that first high,
And you can't get it.
and you hit that, once you got that little high,
Mm-hmm.
he will never get that high again.
Yeah,
And you, it
that
ain't no
again.
how much you light up it, spark it, get a match,
It's
get a
just-
cigarette light. It will never
It's
happen
like this-
again.
And the
This
next
not-
subject.
This how it ha- wait, before we
And
go.
the next
This
subject,
is how it
because
happened.
this just always keep coming back.
He got,
Yeah.
you bought that lotto ticket,
Yeah.
and you got 4 of the 5 numbers right.
Ooh, that
And you like, these numbers is good. And she used them same numbers every time, and probability itself dictate that you will never run across these numbers again
that
for a
4, that
jackpot.
28, 32, and that
Ain't gonna
7
happen.
ain't gonna never happen
But she living on that
on that
4
high.
number high. Because she'll never get
So
5.
whose fault is it?
Yours.
How? If I didn't lie to you, hold up. If I did
don't
not
wanna-
lie to you
Yeah, he
about
ain't
it,
lied to
if
Now,
the
I
words
didn't
I,
say you
it-
didn't lie, but if you gave them even an ounce,
because I didn't treat
a
you
ounce
bad.
that's too much. A mustard seed. You know how small a mustard seed is? You can't even see. It's so small. If you gave a woman that much, I'm a woman, I'm telling you. If you give me this much faith, I'll keep praying until something happens.
It's gonna work.
It's gonna work.
It's gonna happen.
The universe gonna align it for me. And you know everybody's spiritual now. Let me rub these crystals together.
She gonna do everything up how, cause she like.
Oh, you like lasagna? Oh, she cooking you lasagna every week.
She don't even know how to cook it.
Now I don't trust
She gonna
anything
buy
red
the
with
book.
women nowadays.
Oh, Jesus.
No, because
You
it's
from
too.
Louisiana?
Nah, it's just I know too many
wild.
people that talk about it. It's
Oh,
too
yeah, 'cause
wild out here.
That's my people
Like,
from
nah,
Louisiana. And
I don't
know.
need no hoodoo. No.
I ain't gotta
No.
deal with it.
Oh, I cook lasagna. Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah,
I don't like lasagna like
I
that.
already ate my mama
Spaghetti.
cooked.
Nah, I'm good.
Heartburn. Can't do that. But
That was
like I
good.
said, being raised a certain way, in my opinion, it can definitely lead you down a path to
That
where your
wasn't bad.
expectations will not match the person you end up with.
Yeah,
And you know,
because that's what happened.
and don't.
But I
don't,
still didn't lie to you.
You didn't. No, but I will say
You
that
didn't
he
lie.
didn't lie.
You just
He just worded it. You know, it's like a complicated word problem.
like a Mississippi pimp.
Yeah.
You
What?
you
The
said
way
a
I-
whole bunch of stuff, but didn't say nothing at all.
Yeah.
So got him confused.
Confused.
But I didn't lie to you. I ain't say.
And you know what
if
made
you
the
told-
confusion part? Sex complicates everything.
That's the complication.
So you may have been a good guy, and then you hit him with the bow yow and confused that
and
sweet
now
soul.
she messed up
Now
her life.
she's sending you
'Cause now-
anonymous messages with
To
the
your
game,
wife.
to your
To
wife.
your future wife.
So what did you do, sweetheart?
Because-
I had 47, 28, 7, and 6.
Did you add 17 or was it 16? What did you do? I almost.
I
had to
really
come
hate
in-
y'all.
had
I really
to-
hate
That is
y'all
it.
with
That
this
is
one.
it. That is it.
Oh Lord.
That is
I
it.
had it.
That I had
Girl,
it.
girl, and she can't say, "Oh well, I bought him this."
These are the
Girl,
things I
bought
deal
him
with.
all kinds of
I
stuff.
bought him a Jaguar. What do you mean?
probably wearing a sweater that I bought him.
Yeah.
That's the shit. Like, it ain't money. It ain't time because she spent time on your flow.
Oh, Lord, I still can't.
Different. I'm gonna.
I didn't tell her to sleep on the floor though.
I'm in the bed.
Just because
And
I don't want to
Time.
keep time. North Texas School District is banning hoodies and limiting dresses and skirts.
I mean, to me, because how these kids dress,
Right.
too many parents are their friend and not their parents.
Right.
So as far as I'm gonna speak on the dresses, summer school. I'm teaching summer school right now. They supposed to be in uniform. They not coming in there with uniforms. This girl had her whole thighs out. What are you doing? The girl had on some what we used to call them back in the day, chingy skirts. Y'all remember them little?
Oh,
Yeah, she
the
had
little.
on, yeah, she had on
okay.
one of them, but it was short. And I said, "Ma'am, did your mama see? Yeah, my mama dropped me
She
off."
bought it.
So then you want to know why you getting distracted, why we having students having sex in the classroom and whoop de whoop. No excuse,
Temptation.
but it's temptation. These kids are looking. First of all, our school went from pre-K to 8th grade, but we got the high schoolers up there. Them kids bigger than me, and I was scared they was about to fight. Listen, I'm pressing charges. I'm pregnant.
Done deal.
I'm pressing
I'm
charges.
doing that.
And as far as the hoodie, I think it's just the safety all the way around. Because we would tell a kid 50 times, take the hoodie off. We need to be able to see you. We don't know who you are. You got your hood all over your face. Plus, they got the mask on, some of them, right?
I didn't even take the mask into consideration.
What are you doing? This is unsafe.
Right.
I feel it.
Yeah.
But then it's going to be an issue with parents. Oh, well, you buy them something to put on. Or you buy the
No.
Or you, I can't afford a coat. I can only afford a hoodie.
I would tell them these are the places in which we allow people to buy stuff. These are good
Our
places.
expectations.
This is it. You
so
know the dress code.
if y'all didn't know, this is in Forney ISD. Like I used to go to Forney.
They got it.
Like Forney has been in dress code since I want to say 2000. Like a little bit after the Columbine thing happened, all the schools in Forney start wearing dress code. You going to either wear red, white, blue, or I think it was black.
Black is good everywhere.
And the shorts you could wear khaki and you could wear blue. So I'm like, you already had a dress code, but now you're like, oh, so on top of the dress code, you might as well be a prep school or a Catholic school then. Because if you're going to that strict of a dress code, that's all I'm saying. Like, if it would have been like Dallas, I would have been like, okay, it's okay. I mean, I could see more of that because in Dallas, oh Lord,
Yeah. It's,
I
it's a
just
fashion show.
I just didn't see. And before she brought up, because I forgot we in COVID land. Before she brought up the mask, I was like, why you even talk? What's wrong with a hoodie? Like, because you know. The Trayvon Martin situation, I was like, what's wrong with a black kid in a hoodie? Like, you know.
It's too much.
But now I'm like, well, if I got a mask on too.
The only weird thing now is more kids are wearing. It's 102 outside. Yeah. You'll see a kid with a hoodie on.
That
I'm like,
confused me
you
with
ain't
young
hot.
Kids.
Like, I know you hot.
You hot?
I'm hot looking at you.
Yeah, I'm hot. And then you gotta. What about the safety? Say for instance, it's an intruder in the school, right? They have on a hoodie. But the kids wear hoodies. And it's like, well, now he walking away. Am I about to shoot a kid or am I about to get the intruder?
Gotta cover my face.
It's too much. The kids just, it's just too much. If they abided by the rules and didn't have specific things on the hoodie or didn't wear the hood on the hoodie, then okay. But you have to tell them too many times. And it's not the little kids. It be them big kids that you got to constantly remind. You cannot do this. You cannot do this. You cannot do this. And then when you take the hoodie and the parent had to come up there, now it's an issue. Parents ain't like when we ain't like. But parents aren't like when we was in school, right?
Right.
Where they agreed with the principals and agreed with the teachers.
Yeah. Your parent came up there.
Now,
it's going to be a problem.
But they come up there, what they do? They want to fight us. They want to cuss us out. I'd be so confused, like, or they say, why are you calling me about this? This your child, baby. That's why we calling you. So I be a little concerned. So I say I'm for it, but I honestly feel like if it shouldn't be no stipulations. If everybody have to wear khakis, it should only be this. They should get a sponsorship. So or a vendor. This is where you get your clothes from, period. But the vendor shouldn't be so high where they can't afford it, right? So we using this company, so we all gonna look alike. We are the police department. Everybody not getting their uniforms from Levine's, Walmart, Target. Where they looking, they have one vendor, so we all can look alike. That's simple. But you leave the door open where you can have this color, this color, this color, this color, this color, this color, this color.
Yeah. And that makes sense. Like, if they went through the process of letting the company know, hey, every child in this school district is going to be wearing Dickies. So at this point, we should be able to buy it in bulk at the school. Only thing we need from the parents is you need to send this amount of money and some sizes.
That's how my kids' school is. They go to Kip Destiny, and they literally have one vendor for all the Kips throughout from Houston, Austin, San Antonio, whatever, right?
Right.
They come up there and they have like what was that last week on Monday? They had a parking lot barbecue. And it was meet the teachers for the upcoming year. They had vendors, like parents that had businesses, like you can go up there for free. You didn't have to pay to set up your pop-up shop. They did it for free in a parking lot, right? On Camp Wisdom. And then they had the vendor out there, and they was selling the shirts for 30-40% off, the pants 30-40% off, the jackets, the whatever. That's what you got to do. These schools got to invest and have more parent engagement instead of just waiting to the last minute and saying, oh, we can't do this, and then now it's a parent excuse instead of preparation.
Right.
So.
Understood. I mean, it makes sense. And now with the mask, I got an issue with the hoodies. The skirt, dress.
They fast in
your
just joking.
The only reason I say I see it from both angles because I've had some girls actually say, well, why is it that it's not our fault that boys are doing certain things? And certain times I can agree because I'm sorry, when I was in high school, yes.
Big country, we already know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, look, that testosterone storm different.
But
don't understand
now,
that.
But the other thing I also will say is nowadays, especially now, like little girl, it was in this was probably like a year ago. This girl would wear this skirt, but she would hike it up to her stomach so it would be much shorter. When she leaves school, she pulled the skirt down and it was like on her waist. But then there was the new fad where they were like, "Oh, put it on your stomach." Like right there on your belly button.
I know who you
And then all of a sudden I'm like,
That
okay.
skirt just
And
keep
now
getting
I got to look all
higher.
awkward and stuff. Like, okay, well, and I don't want to say
So
nothing.
not only is it uncomfortable for the boys, or it's a problem with the boys, it's male teachers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now it's uncomfortable. Should I say something? Can I not say something? I'm not a pedophile or nothing, but I know I got daughters. I want to say what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. But because the world is sensitive,
Yeah,
you say
I
something
can't
to
say
that child, that girl, student of yours, now you at fault.
Yeah, no,
And that's not right.
So we about to go into the "You Won't Believe This" segment. Being brought to you by.
Oh, brought to you in part by
Russell
my
Reed.
wife, Andrea Thornton. Shout out to her. Her business, Wasted Desires. Yanni Like Mine, Traces Like Mine. We had a pop-up yesterday. It was very interesting and funny. But you could check them out on Facebook. You can check them out on Instagram. Their website is wasteddesires.com. They have ankle chains. They have thigh chains now. And they got on waist beads. Mm-hmm. Check them out. They're really... Honestly, if you'll definitely like it.
I believe it. Go ahead.
Buy it for your woman.
Oh, you fine.
Y'all can follow me on Instagram.
Okay.
Hisfav BBW_. Don't judge me. HISVFAV BBW_. And yeah, all my businesses are under construction right now because I don't have that many employees. So you can also inbox me if you're looking for a job. But you have to be reliable.
Understood.
That's it. And I can tell you about my businesses. I have a commercial and residential cleaning company and also a spiritual wellness business that really runs itself because it's e-commerce. But yeah.
Okay. I'm nice. I'm gonna jump right into it. So, B. Simone says that Martin Luther King Jr. was trash because he cheated on his wife.
I can't even take her serious.
Okay. I'm going to just jump off with my 2 cents. She's stupid. And yes, I don't care. I don't care how, because people always want to make one thing justify everything. Like, oh, because you did this wrong, that's everything.
Yeah.
But if you put a microscope under anyone, you'll find dirt. I promise you'll find some dirt. Like, Malcolm X, he helped out a lot of people, did a lot of stuff, but he was a pimp at one point in time.
He was.
He messed with white
thief.
women, and he was a thief. He did a lot. Well, you know how something.
But I know what you're saying.
Because he was in the brotherhood
Yeah,
and
you shouldn't do
yeah.
Understood.
So all these different things was like, oh, well that's so wrong because it's not. It. Like, people are looking at where you came from and certain things that you did wrong. Nobody is squeaky clean. Nobody. But yet everybody always makes it seem like, oh, well, it was just cute. Well, Martin Luther King, he's the reason why, and one of the main reasons why you have the privileges that you have now. The reason you could get on a podcast and say what you want and how you feel without being ridiculed, abused, attack, all those things, hung. Because if we go back to the 1960s and say that, go say what you want to on a podcast, I guarantee they won't find you. If we want to even go back in history, Emmett Till, 1955, he whistled. You over here running your mouth.
Supposedly.
Well, he supposedly whistled.
They also retracting that.
Yes. Oh, lady on her deathbed, and like, which I'm sorry, God should have said, you know what, I'm gonna wake you back
I'll
up.
bring you right back. Say that one more time. What'd you say?
You waited till your deathbed.
Let me heal you so you can go in jail.
Go sit down. Go sit down for a few. Just one.
I'm
one
just
year.
saying, for B. Simone to say that, I understand cheating is wrong, but
I think
Coretta Scott King didn't hold that against her husband.
And
because
if she didn't hold it against, what makes us more valuable to hold it against? At the same time, I feel like that's what's wrong with the world. We be so far in everybody else's damn business, and we not focused on the main thing. I'm still upset that they killed that man because he started opening up his eyes and was about to formulate with Malcolm X and get it together. Because B. Simone, I did like her when she first came out. So I was like, okay, she repping Dallas. Okay, she putting the city on. Okay, blah, blah, blah. But then it's like the more you get famous and you have to stay relevant, you just start talking out your ass.
Just like Antonio Brown.
Just talking out his behind.
Instead of being creative.
You just say some foolishness. Because that was straight foolishness, right? Yeah. I don't care if that man cheated on her 100 times. It wasn't out to the general, like, as far as we know, right?
Right.
But he was still doing a better good for us, for our people.
So my thing is, we as a people have to step out of people's house.
Yeah.
That man was moving on behalf of everybody. We as a people, we want this when we dealing with y'all. Now, when he go home, whatever him and his wife got worked out, as long as she ain't getting beat on, hurt, none of that. I mean, granted, technically getting cheated on is being hurt, but
the kids eating.
Everybody's in good shape here. Okay. Whatever they marital issues is, when they put that contract together, they didn't put him, her, and the community. They put it's my name, your name. We gonna work this out.
But you do realize the government was the one that actually put that out about Martin Luther King because they were trying to defame and knock his plight down.
Yeah. And just like all the time, they hit you with that deflection, and now they take you off your mission. Black Lives Matter. Granted, I can't tell you what that woman did with the finances, but the problem is she's not the movement.
Yeah.
This is what we want as a people. Stop telling us about the founders. The founder ain't this now. We telling you.
We the people.
We the people. We here now.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now. This is what we want. But the founder is spending the money. You should go look into her. No.
We don't care.
Everybody spend money. What I want is this. I want you to stop killing us.
I think that's something like they want us to, for instance, being in Martin Luther King business, being in the founder's business. They want us to be so. They take us off the original journey. Mm-hmm. They take us off, like, for instance, she got to spend money. She have to spend money to live. She quit her job. Yeah. That woman quit her job to continue to fight for what Martin Luther King was talking about, right? Yeah. What Malcolm X was talking about, right? What Gandhi was talking about, right? Yeah. So it's like, okay, now should she have got a $2, $3, $4 million home? Whatever. Probably not. But at the same time, she also did it underneath where those families had a retreat. They didn't tell you that part, did they? No. Those families like Trayvon Martin and Mike Brown and them family, they had a whole retreat at her home. So she making it like a retreat, like for them to get away, for them to be comfortable, whatever. So kind of quote unquote like the white folks do it. I'm doing a nonprofit organization, but I'm living comfortably too. So that ain't none of our doggone business. That's not our business.
It be tripping me out because you turn around and you looking into her finance, but you ain't looking into the root cause of why.
B. Simone, we still waiting on why you stole this woman manifestation ideas.
Stop.
We ain't in your business like that. We talked about you for a good month and we moved on.
Yeah. It ain't important.
Get out that man been dead for years. Get out that man.
He been dead longer than any of us been alive.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let that go.
Like, I'm just saying, and I guess that just irritated me because I'm like, you really trying to find that to say about this man? Like, I'm pretty sure Barack Obama done did some stuff, but I'm pretty sure somebody looking for it, but I'm pretty sure his wife ain't saying nothing. Like, I'm pretty sure any one of our wives right now or anything like that could be like, man, that nigga did that. But why would she do that if, for the overall, this man has done everything to love me and my family. Did he mess up? Yes.
Yeah.
Am I pissed he messed up?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna
But-
promote my man business regardless.
Yes.
I'm gonna promote him because I love the person he is outside the home. For the most, like he's good in the home, but just because you have that one stipulation, because you did this one thing that just changed the whole narrative of the character of you, that sounds silly. I'm gonna promote mine, just like you should promote yours. So why would Coretta Scott say, yes, he cheated on me, or why Michelle would say, yeah, he did this to me? Now that's looking at you. Now that's like, well, why would you accept that? Well, now you need counseling. How you gonna tell me I need counseling? Because I fixed it. Issues occur, and you work on it, and you move on, right? But I feel like, honestly, that's why B. Simone single. She always in somebody's business.
But
You too busy cutting the neighbor yard while you got weeds in yours. Go clean yours up.
Go clean it up.
Like-
Clean it up.
Go clean it
I'm
up.
gonna just say this last thing. One of the real big issues that a lot of people have is because of the fact that, like, it just slipped my mind. Like, people are always so willing to try to find something that you do and put it out there for everyone to do it. How a lot of women and there's men out here that have lost a person because you ran your mouth instead of keeping it to yourself and working on it in-house.
You go and tell
Like-
your family. Now you wonder why your family not talking to him at the family reunion, because you didn't told us all the bad. Don't say nothing of good. Don't say nothing bad. Just, hey, we
Keep
good.
pushing. Yeah.
Yes.
We good over
Keep
here.
that
Whatever we do, gonna
in-house.
fix
it.
Like, like
Exactly.
I'm not justifying anything or saying anything's right. But the fact of the matter, you don't need to know what's going on in my house. Like, there's a lot of people now. Oh, well, does your wife allow this? Is your wife cool with that? Man, what business is it of yours what my wife says is cool and what's not cool?
Me about
So
mine.
many people that I was going through that, working with somebody. People want to know my business so much. Like, are y'all paying the bills at this residence? Yeah, you ain't never seen this man run up on me in the hallway. Hey, now we keep it pushing, keep it moving, and we go on about our business, cause we minding what? Our business. So you need to mind your business. I think it's just it sounds repetitive, but I think it's just that simple. We so infatuated with other people and their reality of other people, like, oh, this look good, or ooh, what they got going on, that we not focused on
You focused on you.
the wrong.
It's a saying. In 6 months of self-focus can put you ahead of 70% of America. 6 months. Just if I just sat back and figured out what I need to do day in and day out for just 6 months,
6 months.
I'm in a better position than 70% of America. Don't matter the color,
And
race,
it's
nationality.
so hard because of the times we live in. But I truly believe that.
Yeah, because when you go to work, you give them 8 undivided hours, probably more, 8 undivided hours for them and only them. And guess what they use that to do? Erect buildings, grow properties, do everything. 'Cause
Making them richer.
You gave, not only did I spend my time to make this, you spent your time to make this. The difference between you spending your time on what you got going on and you spending your time on what I got going on, you grow mine. If you tended to my field, I'm gonna reap the seed. I'm gonna get it. I'm reaping the benefits.
Yep.
And then I might give you some on the end, on the back
Yeah.
end.
And it just be
It's
a
crumbs.
little.
I don't give you the
Just a
cob, I
little.
give you the kernels.
Just a little.
Just enough. Just enough.
So yeah,
So-
6 months.
Focus on B. Simone. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King was focused on what his movement. I want this done.
His
And
mission.
you see what his mission got. He got people like you the ability to go onto your platform and spew out this foolishness. and then we can in turn come on our platform and tell you, tend to your field.
Stay humble.
Go back to your yard, okay?
Go back to your yard.
In East Texas, oh wait, okay, so this is also, you won't believe this, an East Texas woman has been arrested after she was accused of spitting on a corpse in a Tyler funeral home. Lady's name is Laurie Lynn Hinds. She's 51, and of course, the charges: abusive corpse. Now, people said Miss Laurie walked into the funeral home, past the family, spit right into the man casket because she had a issue with the family. Spit right into the casket and went on by her day.
Did she get dropped?
She
Was she white?
Of course.
Okay.
When I say of course, I was gonna
First,
change it, but
I'm sorry, and I know somebody's like, man, they're gonna play the race card. There's no way in hell
It was a black family.
You would oh hell no!
You would have
man.
died.
Right once you spat,
You would have been in
man.
the
You
same
either
box.
Big Mama would been like, get him.
First of all, I'm gonna tell you how bad it would have been if you would have spit in a casket at a black person's funeral. The pastor would have slapped you with the Bible.
Yeah, I'm like,
You're
girl,
like,
what's wrong with
What
you?
is wrong with you?
Get some holy oil over here. Bless her. Bless her.
Nah, somebody would bless
don't
her,
bless
all right. Like she would got
gonna
blessing.
get blessed.
It's like, oh, you would saw God before your time.
Yeah,
It's gonna
I've
be a
been
long
wanting to
day.
see God all this time.
Oh,
You gonna
trust
see him
me.
today?
Yeah, you gonna
Trust me.
see him
Because
today.
I'm sorry, whether it was a man or a woman, you getting dropped.
Yeah,
There's
like, what?
You
no
gonna taste
way.
She
and
was
I know,
hurt.
Man, I know.
That man hurt her.
First of all,
I don't know what he did. I was trying to get the back. Like, what did he do?
Big country. F boy versus
What did he do?
what can you do where I'm dead and you come and
first
spit
of all,
on me?
if somebody
mad you
is
gotta be?
if somebody dead, like I told you, I had a sorority sister that hated everything about me, and we found he told me, oh, she passed away. I'm like,
He not allowed on the group. It is what it
I was like, wow. You know what? I hate to hear that. I'm sorry for her family and her.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, hey, a loss of life is, I don't
it's
care
still-
if
yeah.
me and you didn't get along. If you my worst enemy, a loss of life is a loss of life.
Just like a stranger. We didn't know
Yes.
them kids in Uvalde, but you just, you know.
Yeah,
like-
but that's what I'm saying.
traumatic and
But for you to speak ill of the dead, you speak, but you came and spit on
You
them.
walk past my wife probably, past my children,
All that.
past my mama,
All that.
past my family.
First of all, I'm gonna just be real. If I'm in my grave and a woman comes spit on me, I promise you, my mama fighting.
yeah.
My mama fighting right there. It was like, nah,
I ain't
you
gonna-
are
I ain't
not
gonna let
gonna
this
make
slide.
it out of here.
Like if I was there, I'd be like, nah, bro, I don't hit women, but
But it's a big
Just,
but.
it's a space, it's a time and a place. Now, if you told me, like, if they lowered the casket into the ground,
and you spit on the
everybody got
grass,
into,
maybe
I'd be like, maybe she was just spitting or whatever.
you try to play it
But
cool.
you ain't finna do it into
you-
my boy
you in
casket.
the
That's not gonna
church.
happen.
He
Yeah, it's
up
like,
there-
oh, you up there in heaven? Oh, y'all just gonna let her do
That's
it?
how y'all feel?
Cause you know that it's not a black funeral. Because black funerals, they in the casket. How he looking? We the only people that ask how they look. So
He look good.
he looking good,
look
right?
good.
But he in there just minding his own godly business, trying to get up to the
Trying to
pearly
finish,
gates,
Trying to finish.
just trying to finish it. And this
All of
woman,
a sudden,
he-
you at the pearly gates and you feel a little wetness. It's like,
oh, it's
Right.
raining. Craig Franklin said it was gonna be melodies from heaven, right? Well, I ain't know it was gonna be some spit, heifer.
but I'm just.
That's the type of stuff you be sitting at the pearly gates. You just be like, huh, I know I'm supposed to be here. Can I take a minute just
Yeah,
to go
can-
back? Just
Can I just one time?
one time.
Just one
I just need
time.
one breath.
Just one, so I can
Sit.
You,
I'ma
nah.
take that
scare
breath,
her
hold
for
it.
life. Cause I'm gonna open up that eye with the embalming fluid in me.
Nah. What really be hilarious, like, if you could do it and you popped up, last words, y'all just gonna let her do that?
How y'all feel?
Ain't
Be
none-
better, y'all.
Ain't none of y'all represent.
Out.
I couldn't have been in there.
Like-
Okay, my
like-
daughter, my kids, or something in there. You just gonna come and disrespect
Like, I'm
me?
just saying. And I'm like, the way my family's set up,
Yeah, no.
this wouldn't have ended well for you.
Wouldn't
I don't
have.
care if I did you wrong. Oh, no, it
Yeah.
wouldn't end. First of all, when somebody dies, just let let sleeping dogs lie. When it's over,
It's over.
it's over.
Fight's done.
Yeah, it's like, oh, he's dead. You can even be like, oh, well, good riddance to him. Whatever. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But I'm like, really? You gonna spit in the man's casket?
No, but because it brought me back to when Kevin Samuels died, and everybody jumped online, and some people championed them, some people didn't. Most people didn't care, and then there was some women on the other side who was just like, worse thing. That's what you get. God did it to them. I'm like,
Yeah, that's weird to me.
whoa. I don't know what he physically has not touched all of you women in any significant way. He cannot. It's impossible. Y'all, some of you women who writing this down, you just heard of something he said. You don't.
Yeah, you
know.
don't know.
You wasn't.
what
you didn't
he,
watch
yeah.
it. You don't know. So for you to have this much hate, anger, and animosity towards this one particular individual that you saw online,
Online, you didn't know him personally.
Never met him.
Because I had to go and because I've been a little away from social media, but even I really just never just listened to him or seen him except for in the future videos, right?
Yeah.
But then I had researched him when he died. He did talk about women, but I seen him also talking about men too.
Yeah.
Like he was talking about
Oh yeah,
this man was fat. And
he was fat. He was short. You
and
can't
his-
be fat, short,
short,
and
and-
not have a big dick.
Yeah, and I was just like, so I felt like he honestly kept it equal.
He did.
He did go a little bit harder on bigger women. Well, whatever.
It's what it is.
But whatever. But it's not gonna make me put in some comments online and say that's what you get because you wasn't shit. What? Something wrong. You need your spirit cleansed.
Too much energy.
Get you some Palo Santo from Sacred Elements.
Yeah, go down there.
Yeah,
It's
because
all. It's there.
I'm confused. Like why? I don't know why people are so angry. I think that's why we go good together, all three of us. Because why are they so angry?
I'm not upset.
I'm actually, and I don't do no drugs, right?
I
I don't
care.
need no substance
I
to.
don't
But
need
y'all
none
so angry. Like I
Yeah.
don't know. That's a little weird
They
to
gotta do
me.
better.
What the youngsters say? That's weird.
That's weird. that's real weird. Well, I mean,
Well,
you already did, Joe.
yeah, I already did my shout out.
Tyler Bailey, Luxury Clothes, Luxury Guy. Mike, SOB, State of Being. I'm gonna just start saying State of Being instead, even though he liked the SOB part. It's crazy. It's really all I got, unless y'all got something else.
Oh, shout out to Mind Your Business.
Uh-huh.
Shout 'em out. Whatever you gonna do, shout them out.
Shout 'em
Leon
on
Davis, and y'all go to Barber School Dropout and get y'all some beard oil, some beard juice.
Okay.
Y'all remember I brought y'all some beard juice?
Yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to grow one
Always
day.
trying to make
Yeah, I see your little Anthony Hamilton
Look,
growing
just
in. I
little-
see.
A
I see.
little bit.
Ain't
Just look.
they ain't a good thing. Anthony Hamilton. He
Hey.
always had that one curl that you just want.
That's all
Just
I need-
pluck
that's
it
all I
out
need.
and
That's
just
all I
put a little
need.
grease on the
Yeah, let me
side.
get
all I
that.
need.
for
But
you.
it's okay. It's coming in, Shirley.
When it get there.
But also, like, subscribe, follow the podcast. Something the number 4 DA people. Like, check us out. We're on everything. We're on Instagram, YouTube, basically
Apple Music.
Spotify,
Stitcher.
iHeartRadio,
It's and it's
basically
for the-
anything. Pandora. We're actually on there now.
And, but Facebook eventually shutting down their whole podcast division. Facebook will no longer. We're gonna be able to live stream to Facebook.
Oh, okay.
So, if I were you and you like the show, and I hope you do, go ahead and move yourself over to YouTube or one of the various other platforms provided by Anchor, Stitcher, and all these other people. We gonna be here. We just want to make sure you here. This is what it is. That
Yeah.
being said,